I, sir, am always a pleasant spring shower. Whatever this nonsense is.
Whatever you're into, you're into. I'm just saying.
$10 on 13 tank stable and glass. Here we go. Headed 100 feet. Sold it $110.
We should just do a 20-minute video of me cutting boxes. Just 20 minutes of me sitting here cutting boxes. Julie, I just made a mess for everybody to pick up.
No.
Well, nobody stopped me.
It's not for lack of trying.
Well, I know. I've got ADHD, auction deficit disorder. That's for my Zorro. Is it all of them? Oh, the Lone Ranger Tonto and Zorro's horses, the black horse in there? No, okay. These are Heartland. These are really good.
Okay, if you were going to give out staff awards, who would be the most talkative?
This is a trick question. My cousin talks a lot.
Oh, Julie?
Oh.
Yeah.
Julie's a talker. Bless her heart. Well, the two of us play really well off each other because I'll talk all day, she'll talk all day, and then when she's not here or I'm not here, it's stupid quiet. No one likes it.
Yeah.
Figure it out, but I didn't. Lee, I have a surprise for you while I'm thinking about it. So yesterday, Scott was in here. My friend Scott, who we sell stuff for every once in a while. And he said, I got an idea. So what's your idea? He said, well, I've got 300 pieces of art. He's like, can I just bring that down here and sell it? 300 pieces of art from my friend Scott, who's a really good art picker, to sell in here and online. And I'm gonna sell a bunch of it in both places. Lots of it in here, lots of it online. I've got a bunch of really cool stuff coming up. Last week I had another auction company come down and there was a big chunk of art that they didn't want to do. And it turned out that it was really good. So we're really excited about that. We'll probably have 1,100 pieces of really, really good art. And one thing about Carrell Auctions and Carrell Estate Sales, when we ran it, we love selling art here. We've specialized in it forever, and it's a good batch. So we've got that coming up. We have that mixed in with antiques and with mid-century art and design. So we'll have a good antiques auction, good mid-century art and design again. See what comes out of there. That's good.
That's good.
That rose.
I was gonna, yeah. I agree.
Hey.
Okay.
Who would be the most curious?
Oh, it's Maria.
Oh, I bet it is Maria.
Yeah, she is fascinated.
I bet you're right. I bet it's Maria. She's learned a lot too, hasn't she?
She has, and she's fascinated by all the stuff. So she actually wants to know about the stuff, and that is that sense of curiosity. That's why it's so hard to fire. What's all this? Some more watches. Oh, look at that one. Oh. This stuff was in a fire somewhere. It's going to have to be cleaned up a little bit. The Native American sterling that's in here is amazing. That's going to be a gold necklace.
You
There's
think
a gold
this is
necklace.
a salt and pepper thing?
Bicycle parts.
Well, I already put all of
More
them
Native
over
American
there.
sterling.
There's some square ones, but
More watches. Man, that's an amazing box. I don't know what all this is. This is crazy. Last week's load was mostly antique collectible-y things out of an old house that had been shut down a long time ago. So the stuff's kind of been setting forever, which is nice because it's an honest estate. Let's see what we're going to sell out of it. So some of the stuff that came out of that house are these Barbie dolls. These are cool. We did these a couple weeks ago too. These 1960s Barbies. These are the mod ones. And some of these mod outfits are really valuable. Probably should make that into 2 or 3 different flats. I think that one's probably worth $100, but the flat itself is going to be good. Back here, these are always cool. These are 1950s Heartland horses with the Lone Ranger and Tonto. Cool little pieces of Americana. Still pretty collectible. I mean, it's probably a $50 or $75 flat, but I like them. They look good. The Lone Ranger looks good. Kind of a fun piece of throwback. So these are actually really good. No one's gonna know what these are. These are Petite Princess. They're produced by Ideal in the 1960s. And some of these pieces, like this one piece, is probably worth $75. But it's hard to explain what that is to the buyers when they're in here if they don't know already. But there's a whole bunch of money there, and they're really cool.
I think it probably can. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second. I think it depends. There are different sides here. I don't think you could do this without Tammy. But like, there's also the side that's just knowing about the stuff.
What do you mean I think it deals without Tammy?
Oh, you're not capable. You don't have the talent. I don't mean that bad, but you simply don't have it. No, I mean like running the online auctions and running all the technical stuff in the background. Who's running this? Not you. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that bad. I'm just saying that. But what I'm saying is that that you know a lot about the stuff.
I think you just said I'm just a face. It kind of hurt my feelings.
Yeah, well, he knows about the stuff.
He knows everything.
Yeah, I do know about the stuff.
I'll say this about my brother. I'll say this about my brother.
What?
He could walk into a room with and I've said to other people with a pile of stuff that he's never seen before. And he can walk to a room with a pile of stuff he's never seen before and has no experience with. Yeah. And he could look at that pile of stuff and he could say, okay, that's not worth anything, but that's valuable. And here's why I think it's valuable. And he'll tell you why he thinks that particular thing is valuable, having never seen it before. And usually he's right. He knows and probably put dollar value on it. So I've never seen that as a strange bit of genius. But when it comes to knowing the stuff, nobody knows it like my brother.
Some old Kansas City Chiefs stuff. This is what the honest estates look like. So the honest estates, when you get a good old estate that hasn't been messed with, you get these random pieces of ephemera, like Chiefs tickets from the 1960s. This is 1966. Wolfpack horns from the 1960s. So you get a lot of this kind of ephemera because it's just been left alone in those houses. This is really cool. This is an original tackle box from the 1960s. It has the reels in it, but it also has all of the little antique fishing lures. And some of these antique fishing lures can be extremely valuable. I mean, into the thousands of dollars. This doesn't have any of those in it, but as an archive, it's a really amazing archive, and I think it's going to do really well. It's probably $100 or more. Now, these are kind of laid out mushy at the moment, but we're going to sell all these records in here tonight. And right now, Black Sabbath is hot. We have several of the original Black Sabbath records, as well as rock and roll, Rocky Horror Picture Show. So it's a fun collection. We'll sell choice on this. That's where they get to pick the ones they want for bidding, and that's kind of fun. These are always going to be good though, so this is a good little setup to sell off of. This is really cool. This is a 1950s Briggs & Stratton engine display from a store. Cool piece of advertising. It would have held the engines that were for sale inside that shop. This is a really amazing piece of Americana, and advertising is extra hot right now. That's going to do really well in here. I don't know what it's worth. I bet it brings $2 or $3, maybe $500, between $200 and $500. Hard to say. I can't find a comp, but I expect just on what it is, that's what it'll do. Same thing with this chainsaw advertising. So this is 1960s as well. It's pressed tin and painted. It's a great piece of Americana, and it's probably that same $200 to $500 range. It's a really cool piece, and if you have a garage or you like this kind of stuff, advertising is very cool, along with the vintage jackets. The vintage Homelight chainsaw jackets, those are fun. We get to sell a really cool piece of cloisonne. Cloisonne it's a copper pot, and then each little strand in this is set by hand in metal, and then the enamel is put in between these little metal pieces, and it's fired, and it makes this incredible surface. Japanese cloisonne, this is a really good piece. At some point, someone paid $200 for this. Now, the market for it's a little softer than it used to be, but it's a really good piece. A little bit of Art Nouveau in here. This is a good old Art Nouveau bronze, little fairy.
She was a fairy.
She is wonderful. She's really well made. You're talking time period 1920s or so. And she should bring $150, $100 to $200 as well. Very, very cool. This is one of the keys of the night. These are Bakelite pieces. Bakelite is an early form of plastic, and jewelry was made in the 1920s and 30s. There's a few rare pieces. This little Bakelite brooch, sold comps are probably $150, and I would expect it to bring $100 to $150 in here as well. It's really unusual 1930s brooch. And then heavily carved Bakelite, that's always good. But this is probably the best piece. This is spinach Bakelite, and it is hand carved. It opens up. 1930s, it should bring pretty good money. I won't guess on that. I think it's really good. And then we'll sell an all-time classic. So Buddy Lee dolls were advertising dolls in the 1950s and 60s. They were the first Buddy Lees were composition, which is a molded type of paper mache. These are a little bit later, they're plastic, but these are good advertising. This one would have been in the Phil gas station, and the other one would have been in, and it has the old too. This one would have been in a Phillips 66, and it has the old shield on its jacket. These are super collectible, and I have 3 of them. These 2 are probably in the $150 range. This one maybe a little bit less without the advertising on it. On the fancy side, I have these Stitzendorf candlesticks. So this one's missing his fingers, which is a real shame. But the quality's really good on these. These are 19th century, so 1880s, 1870s. And you can see they're marked. There's a little mark on the inside right here. So that's a Stitzendorf mark. We have the pair. The online price on these is pretty high. With the damage that's on them, it's difficult to say what they're worth damaged, but they're a good object. We have vintage Halloween, and they include these Roscon candy dispensers or candy containers. These are from the 1950s. They are super collectible. If you ever see these, in fact, there's a witch that rides a motorcycle. If you ever find the witch that rides the motorcycle, she'll bring a few $100s. But they're super collectible, they're super popular. I think everybody's gonna like these. Over on the side tables, I have a little more action too. So this week we have more of the advertising, but we have scads and scads of costume jewelry. Costume jewelry sold by the flat. This stuff is always very popular on Wednesday nights. I think it's gonna do really well, but everybody likes it. So this will be a fun thing to get to sell. The thing about an honest house is you get all of the contents. So an honest estate like this, you're gonna have like the vintage toys, the little dabs of fun. They include the anamorphic salt and pepper shakers, the red line Hot Wheels, vintage cameras. All of this kind of stuff is really fun, and it's fun that it got kept together. So we're gonna sell all of this in here. I give you the peacock. So we never get these. Peacocks are a classic design element in homes. We have this taxidermy peacock. This is gonna be really good. This is gonna sell for between $200 and $400. And who doesn't want a giant Art Deco peacock in their house? It's very cool. She will pay 45 under 45 and here, 15, 20, 25 here, 25, 30, 25, 31, 5. Sold that, $25. Buy number 2, buy number 2. Here, 7.5, 20 here now, 25, 25, 25, 25, now, 25. Sold that, $20. Buy number 51, buy number 51, Wise, sold at $100, buy number 36. Here we go. I love everybody. Back in. Yeah, 55, 55. I got choice off of my tree. 45, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5. $20 right back there. 330, 340, 350, 360, 360 here, 370, now 380 here, 390, now 400, now 410, now 420, at 410 here, at 420, 420, and at 410, 420, 410, 1, 5, 45, 45, 45. Okay, I got left, got 4. Now 60, 50, 60 here, now 70, now 80 here. Sold it at $160, but buy them at 45, 45, 45. Someone started at $1 and go. Live, ashes, cameras, and more, and a good eagle. 5 here now, 7.5, good guy. Someone's starting at 5, and go on that 1, What, Jeremiah? So coming up here in the next week or so, I get to do my favorite thing. Jeff Parson is a fantastic artist here in Kansas City, and he's known for these giant displays that happen down in Riverside, Missouri. He's always on the news with them. Huge art displays for the Kansas City Chiefs, and then all seasonal, and then weird stuff like the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah, that's his work behind us.
That is his work behind me, yeah. But he is bringing down our next Jeff Parsons auction. So I'm very, very excited that we're going to get to sell Jeff Parson again. This is really fun stuff. It's this Frankenstein back here, and this is actually missing a piece. But he has these giant yard paintings. And every once in a while, he'll bring his work down here after it's been on the news 500 times, and we'll get to sell it. That's coming up. And I cannot tell you how excited I am about it. It is the one thing that we do here that's exclusive to us. It is so much fun.
And I tell you something else, not just Jeff Parsons, but right now there's a lot of art in this auction house. A lot. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's too much. But
Good stuff. Good stuff. So if you like, if you're an art buyer,
I'll do it.
Coming up, it's going to be amazing. Original work and by listed artists.
It's DX. Let's see if the cars are in it. Are the cars in it? Oh. Wait, is it still here? Yeah, it's here. So here's something cool that was in there. So this is cool. See this? It's got the cars and the race set. But in here, I bet it brings 40 or 50 bucks. They like that kind of Americana stuff in here, so this should be fun. What? No. Woo! Oh, you guys. Oh, Sasha dolls are good. Let me put it this way.
They're new old stock. They still have their little tags.
Bottom money right here, the bottom dollar, at least 400 for the 4. But if they sold for 3,000, it wouldn't surprise me.
These are like.
The 60s ones,
These are mint.
they're probably $300 or $400 a
I don't
piece.
know that they're 60s.
Sasha dolls. Sasha is this weird collectible doll they started in the 1960s. Some of them are thousands and thousands of dollars. The double logo no noses can be $10,000. It's one of those weird European dolls. The market for these was that same Mission Hills market. Right. That's who bought this stuff, and so they're super collectible and they're super expensive.
There we go.
Who's the best ringman?
None of them. They're terrible. No one says yep. No one points at anybody bidding except for Maya a little bit.
Look, I'm just going to say something here, dude. I'm just going to say something here. Here's the
What?
thing.
Lay it on me. What?
And maybe
I'm
it's just 'cause
curious
it's
on
the
what
day.
it is. What?
Sometimes you can be hard to ringman for. Sometimes you can jump around, and even if I say yep, I still am like, you're missing my bid and calling the thing shy. I'm like, hey, I got a bid over here.
Oh, I, sir, am always a pleasant spring shower. Whatever this nonsense is.
Whatever you're into, you're into. I'm just saying.
Hey, whatever this problem is you're having out there, it's your fault.
Yeah, we're terrible ringmen.
There you go.